Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's Convertible Conversations. I want to talk with you a little bit about something I've been thinking about, seeing Jesus in the most unusual or most unlikely places, or most unusual and most unlikely people. I've found we can see Jesus everywhere, even when we don't think he's there, because he's in all of us. I want to take you back to 1969, way before many of you were born. At the time, I was a senior at the University of Kansas, and I'd been very fortunate while I was at KU. I was able to start a band and lead a band, a jazz group, and we were just very fortunate. We got a lot of breaks. And at the end of my senior year, I was getting ready to get married. I had hoped to have a career in music, traveling around the country, playing with my band. And some things didn't work out right then, but another opportunity came about. There was a music store, a retail music store in Lawrence, Kansas, really the only one, and it came up for sale. I knew the owner, and he was in his late 50s, and he'd been there for a long time, and he decided he wanted to retire. So my senior year, I worked for him part-time for free, just to see if I liked it and to see if I might be any good at it. And I did like it. So I decided I would buy that music store. It was in downtown Lawrence, Kansas. The sale price was $65,000. Today in 2016, I don't know what that might be. 300,000? I don't know what it might be. But at any rate, it didn't matter how much it was because I didn't have anything. I had just gotten married. I didn't have any money, but I didn't owe any money. I didn't have any credit, good or bad. And I just assumed, I was really naive, I still am in a lot of ways, I just assumed that I could go down to the bank and borrow $65,000 and buy a music store because I was a nice guy and had been, I graduated from college and had a successful band. I literally didn't know anything. Well, I did have a friend in Lawrence, a man by the name of Skipper Williams, who was a really great guy. He was 25 years older than me. He was a very successful businessman, and he really liked me, and he liked my band. He was a very giving man. He was very generous with all kinds of people. He actually started an endowment fund at the University of Kansas for the athletic department, and he was good at talking to other people about giving to good causes. I didn't know most of that then. I just knew that he liked to come and hear my music. Well, I respected him as a businessman, and I asked him to help me negotiate to buy this music store. So he did, and we brought somebody in to evaluate and see if the inventory was what it says it was and everything, and it was. So he helped me. He introduced me to a bank and some things, and I borrowed $65,000 just on my signature and the collateral of the store that I was buying. I just assumed you could do that, and I started making payments on it. Well, some years later, after he died, I found out that the only way I ever got that loan to begin with was that Skipper Williams signed a separate letter of guarantee with the bank saying that if Paul Gray doesn't pay this, I'll pay it. I didn't know that. He never told me that. Nobody else did. I found that out after he died. And then I subsequently went ahead and made all the payments and paid that off. That is a picture of Jesus. Now, most people who knew Skipper Williams, most religious people, would have thought he was far from Jesus. He liked to drink, he liked to party, he smoked, he had a great time, he told ribald jokes, he was not a churchgoer. Religious people would have said, Jesus, are you kidding me? He's far from Jesus. I want to tell you, he was not far from Jesus at all. First of all, Jesus was in him. And I know that anything good, anywhere, comes from God. So the good things that Skipper did, and he did a lot of them, were God, Jesus, doing them through him. What he did for me, signing that separate letter of guarantee, was exactly what Jesus did for us spiritually. Jesus said, in effect, hey, I'm signing a letter of guarantee saying that you are right with God, you're right with me. Whether you actually follow through with that or not, I'm guaranteeing it. I will make the payment. And of course he did. So I want to encourage you today I've had to really change my mind about this, about seeing Jesus in other people, because I'm real quick to judge people and say, oh, they're far from God, or look at them, look at what they're doing, which is, of course, how a lot of people looked at me. I want to encourage you today to join me in looking at everybody you see, looking for the good in them, and then when you see that good in them, realize, oh, that's Jesus in them. You can see Jesus in what we would think are the most unlikely places. Hope you'll join me in doing that. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.